Ooh.
Yay, there we are. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hey.
I'm going to try and chat and talk and stuff today.
Yay.
We're going to see how that goes.
Good luck with that.
I know.
Looks like a couple people here with us already.
Hello, friends. Welcome.
I see our friend Kelly out there. Hi, Kelly. Nice to see you.
Hi, Kelly.
Thanks for coming by, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this week we have our friends Andrew and Jessica, and we're going to do a little fun icebreaker question this week. So the question is, what are your favorite snacks to have in the movie theater?
Ooh.
Picking your brains.
I have so many go-tos. Depends on the mood. So I think maybe even Pauline told me this, that it's an old lady candy.
I think I'll probably like it. What is this?
Raisinets.
Oh, yeah.
Was that you?
That is good.
Yeah, it was.
She brings her Werther's Originals and
My little strawberry wrapped candies.
crinkling the wrapper.
The line of the
Smuggling them in.
It's good.
Yeah, Raisinets are one of my go-tos.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if we're specifically talking at the theater, I am actually anti-snack at the theater. So
Okay.
I'm one of those weirdos that just wants to go watch the movie with as few distractions as possible. And people crinkling wrappers and chomping on popcorn and swishing their ice sodas, and it drives me crazy. So if I can find a theater that sold no food, that's the one I would go to.
He says that, but he gets popcorn every time.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's so good and it smells amazing. I don't know how you can not buy it when you walk in.
That's true. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's just like Disney, pumping in the smells.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pauline.
I love the Sour Patch Kids with the watermelon ones. Yeah.
Yes. I have some ones in my kitchen right now.
That's it. I love that.
I usually don't go chocolate for movie theater, and then we always get popcorn because, of course, popcorn.
Heck yeah.
I will say at least one of our local theater chains just expanded the menu greatly, so you can get quesadillas and pizzas all made to order. It's pretty neat.
Wow.
Yeah, and they bring them out. So you've probably seen the thing a lot of theaters are doing right now is they're putting in the recliners with the cup holders and everything.
Yeah.
So they'll bring you these trays out that attach to the cup holder, and you can kind of swing around and eat all your food. It's for the people that like to gorge during the movies, I guess.
Recline and eat. I like it.
So Happiness Found said extra butter popcorn. Does anyone not get extra butter? I feel like you have to.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
I don't, because it makes me feel bad about myself. Sometimes I'll say a little bit.
Too funny. Yes, Matt, that sounds real good. And a drinking game. We don't want to leave out Phil.
I've never had those. I totally have. They're so good.
That's so funny. I like to get the pretzels
with
too.
his caviar.
He's so fancy.
Probably swirling some kind of fancy very
Cabernet
whiskey.
Or flushy, let's be honest.
Too funny. I always try and get a soft pretzel because it just reminds me a little bit of Disney. They're not nearly as good, but I'm like, I can pretend this is Disney-esque.
Do you dunk it? Do you get cheese or anything?
Yeah, cheese or mustard. If they have really crappy cheese, then we have to go with mustard. But usually it's pretty decent, like the nacho-y cheese.
The plastic cheese,
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I do like Disney, or I do like soft pretzels. I've actually never had one at Disney, so I need to change that.
That's not true.
It is true.
No, it is not.
All right.
You had some of somebody else's.
Yes,
last
ma'am.
time. No, the friend. We went with a friend last time.
Okay.
And he did in Germany, and he split it up with everybody.
I see. Well, that's not like the traditional Mickey
Yeah,
pretzel.
that's different.
But a German pretzel.
Yeah, that's like a better, but
Yeah, for sure.
the
Those
Mickey
are so
pretzel,
good.
I think it's its own category.
Okay.
That's funny. Got another random question. Do you guys like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch? Yes. Got a bunch of Lilo and Stitch stuff up here.
Oh, nice. I love your display, by the way. I don't know
Thank
what it is
you.
'cause I can't actually see it behind you.
Ta-da.
There you go. I like it.
Thank you.
Looks like Brandon and Heidi have hopped on too. Hi, guys. Shout out to them. I know they were on recently.
Oh yeah, hi. Last week.
Yep. So the movie selection tonight is their fault, right?
Yep.
But it wasn't Zootopia, so
That's right. Oh.
could have been worse.
Oh no. I bet Brandon's already cursing you in the comments.
Yep. That's Brandon and Heidi with It's Always Sunny in Canada. They get a kick out of every time I slightly mispronounce the channel name. So
He
Too
practices those too. How many It's Always Sunny can he get it wrong? Or how many times can he get it wrong? Yeah.
is that your fancy notebook?
This is my fancy
right.
notebook.
I like it. Yeah, should we get started?
Yeah.
We're ready when you are.
All right. So, introductions. I am Mary. My channel is Jolly Holiday with Mary. Welcome. I do Disney hauls, Disney pin collecting, and I share my daily life when I'm on schedule in weekly vlogs with me and my husband and our 2 Boston Terriers. That's what I do. Hello. Pauline.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pauline. I'm the mermaid in Mouse and Mermaid. And myself and my husband, Phil, we do Disney vlogs and vlog our daily life. And then I get on here a lot and do pin hauls and talk about pins because I love pins.
Heck yes. And our guests.
I think that's us. Yeah, so we're the Magic in Michigan channel. Andrew and Jessica, I'll let you figure out who's who. And we do a little bit of a variety. Definitely some Disney content. We're big Disney fans. Sometimes we'll have a haul come in. Sometimes we'll do some videos on our trips or dining locations at Disney. But we try to blend that with our Michigan life as well. So visiting places around the Michigan area, doing Michigan type things.
Yeah.
Harder to do right now, but hey, we do our best. So thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. You do it very well.
Well, thanks.
Thank you.
They have a fun movie series going right now where they get super fancy and make food and review movies, and it's super fun to watch. They're hardcore awesome. So go check them out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice. Thank you.
It's awesome. They're really fun. But our movie tonight is Monsters University. If you were here last week, It's Always Sunny picked that one for us. Very excited. I got my notebook. Pauline, do you have your notebook?
Sure do.
And Jess, do you have a notebook? I know Andrew's a little more tech savvy.
Andrew has printed paper.
Yeah, I just no fancy notebook for me. I gotta type it or I can't read it.
I'm super old school. If I don't like write it down, I feel weird.
And I feel like Jess was the inspiration of the notebook.
She
So
totally was.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
She made it all happen.
Someday I'll show my notebook collection with almost nothing written in them.
that would be an awesome video.
This one I got in middle school. It has no words.
I love it. All right. So I thought maybe this week we would do a little light first impression of the movie. I was told last week that my story section was more of me just talking about the movie. So I was like, okay, that's totally true. I didn't talk about the story at all. So this week, I don't know, what are your first impressions, Andrew and Jess?
Oh goodness, taking on the pressure. My first impressions, so upon rewatching this, and I've seen Monsters Inc. probably 6 or 7 times. I've literally only seen this one once, and then we rewatched it this past week, so now 2. But I think I like it more than Monsters Inc. Are people gonna?
Wow.
I just thought it was so fun, and I really liked getting the prequel and knowing how the characters came together in the first place and getting that backstory. And then seriously, like young Mike is the cutest thing in the world.
He totally is. It's
all that
super
merch.
adorable.
It was so cute.
I know, he's so little and squishy.
I know. And his come on Karen moment. It was adorable.
That's
Please don't call me Karen.
The teacher is the most underrated character in the movie, but we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
It's true. And I felt like I related to this more than I do Monsters Inc. Because in that one, it's a factory and they're producing scares. I have no connection to that. But you go into a university, which is just stunning, and we'll get to scenery, I know, but you go to that and I connect with that. It's like, oh, I've done that. I've been in college. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, from my perspective, I guess.
Sorry.
Getting some hate already.
Wow.
Watch it. It'll change your mind.
I have a lot to say about the story in this movie. I'm not going to say it all right now, but to kind of sum it up, I do like the movie. I think there's some flaws. There's some good things. I do not like it more than Monsters Inc. I had to reflect a little bit because it's been a while since I've seen Monsters Inc. as well. But I think Monsters Inc. does a lot more, just in regard to story, a lot more that's unique. So I'd have to give the win, I think, to Monsters Inc. But Monsters University, I do have a lot of fun with. So
yeah,
it is fun. Pauline, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of on Jess's side. I don't know. I think it was just the nostalgia factor of college that made me like it a lot more. So yeah, I would say that's kind of my overview. Is I did like it a little more than Monsters Inc.
Wow, that is shocking.
We're offending all sorts of people today, Pauline.
I'm gonna wait to go into mine because I did not think it was better than Monsters Inc., but I have a lot of feelings about this movie. So,
Oh no!
I'd love to hear. Let's hear your general thoughts. Where do you not even like it?
I thought it was kind of confusing. There's like so many different themes going on. I was looking for like character arcs and something to like enrich how I felt about Mike and Sully. And I feel like I could have lived without seeing this movie and just enjoyed what I knew about them from the first one. It was just kind of all over the place. I felt like, I don't know, but it was very pretty. And there were some like, funny parts, but I don't know. I kind of like think about Toy Story and how like each one builds on the character of the movies and stuff. And you just kind of love them more. And I didn't get that effect from this movie.
Well, and that's tough to get, right? Because it's with Toy Story, you're constantly moving forward.
Yeah. Right.
I think you get a little bit of that, especially more toward the end of the movie.
Yeah.
The third act is definitely the strongest. In fact, the second part of the third act is the strongest, probably because it's most like Monsters Inc. They introduce the human world, if you will. Hopefully spoilers are okay.
Been out for a long time, so.
Okay. But that's what I like to call the prequel curse, right? Because with a prequel, you've got a tough journey ahead of you because everybody already knows how it's going to end. They know who all the characters are. At the beginning of this movie, Mike and Sully aren't friends. They're going to become friends. And so the prequel curse is here, right? And any sort of character development that you're getting is more in this prequel mode where it's more about depth and lore to the characters rather than a continuation to their story. That's a tough hill to climb.
Right.
Yeah, I think I was disappointed too because I really wanted the second one so we could like see Boo again and just keep going that direction, and then it didn't happen. So that's okay.
That is true. But young Mike.
It's true.
Cuteness.
The first like 5 minutes and then the last like 30 seconds. I love those parts.
I feel like I just respect Mike so much more in this movie too, because he's so positive, and he was that way in the original too. Like his entire head is covered, but he's like in the picture and he's so excited. But even still in this, he gets slighted all the time, but he just liked the opportunity and he works so hard. Like he has passion in it, and I feel like that kind of gets lost in Monsters Inc. You don't see that same kind of drive. And I just respect a driven character.
Yeah. I feel like their roles are kind of reversed in Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Flip-flop.
Well, yeah, they definitely are. I think Sully is more of a focus on Monsters Inc., right? And in this one, you have actually it's sort of interesting, but Mike being the main focus, right? Being very driven, like you were saying, character, and he is the primary focus up to a point. And it's interesting because Pixar makes a real shift in gears when they're actually in their dorm room toward the end. They're coming up on the final event, and all of a sudden the story shifts, and you're in Sully's perspective. And you start to see exactly now he's come fully into the fold. They're friends. He gets it. And now all of a sudden he sees, hey, I've got this friend in Mike and he's not scary. What am I going to do? And it's a really interesting shift there toward the end. And now all of a sudden we're following Sully. We follow him chasing Mike at the end. So it's a really neat pivot there toward the end, where they kind of bring it all back together and sort of transition into the next movie.
Yeah. Look at you.
That's great.
I feel like this is kind of going to segue into what I thought of the story. But the Magic City family just said they thought it was weird, the twist they did with Randall. And I thought that was the absolute worst part of the movie, in my opinion. It was like, he was like, I'll never forget this. And that was it. Like, there was no build up to it. It was terrible.
Yeah. Right.
He didn't need to be in the movie at all, I don't think. Like, he could have been out.
Right.
Yeah.
That is
It seems like Disney loves to do this thing where they they over-explain things and give things backstory that you just don't really need. Like, this is why Randall squints, because he took his glasses off so he could be invisible. And this is why he doesn't like Sully, because he beat him this one time. And like, why do we need that?
Yeah, he's a pretty weak character just in general. They kind of introduce him at the beginning, right, with the glasses, and then you just don't really hear much from him then on.
Right.
He kind of shows up from time to time, and then they throw in the little nod at the end. And, yeah, it wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
I agree, 100%. Oh, too funny.
Yeah, I agree with Punzi's place about Boo. Like, I think why people love Boo so much is she's so little and cute. And I feel like this is a totally different point, but like The Mandalorian, that's why it's going to do well, is because he can be a baby so long. So whereas Boo is a human. So.
Well, Boo is the star of Monsters Inc., right?
Yeah.
That's why everybody wants to see Boo. And with Monsters Inc., you got this new idea, monsters collecting screams, and a whole fish out of water theme through the whole thing, which makes it fun and exciting. Monsters University doesn't do any of that, right? It's retired themes. You're watching Animal House, essentially. So they're not doing anything new. That's why Monsters Inc. is the better movie, but why this one can still be fun.
Right.
Yeah. And it is fun. I totally agree. It is fun to watch. Like, I watched it the first time and I didn't think I needed to watch it again, but then here we are. So I did. And I was like, I mean, it's a fun movie, but I just have some squabbles. All right. I guess we kind of talked a little bit about story, but we can talk more in depth about story, our next category. Pauline, would you like to go?
Yeah, I love the whole like college thing interwoven. I don't know. I wrote more just about references, not really the story. So they had like a Princess and the Bride reference in there and a Little Mermaid reference, and I just love that.
Did they?
They do. You have to share them, Pauline.
Oh, well, I don't remember what the Princess Bride run was, but the Little Mermaid reference, I don't even remember what it was, but someone said, but Daddy, I love him. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
That's the simulator scene, I think. Is
yeah,
when
maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, and the Princess Bride is when Mike is asleep. I don't remember the exact quote, but it's something about I'm just a stable boy, kind of thing. Yeah, and that's actually, Billy Crystal was in the Princess Bride, so
that's true.
Oh, I was wondering why it was there.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. Good point. I'd never caught those. Too funny. Andrew and Jess, any story elements to add?
I'll let you go.
No, by all means. I don't want to monopolize the conversation here.
All right, let me read my notes. One thing that I liked about it, which I think is what you guys were talking about not liking as much, is the competition between Sully and Mike. I feel like that was a big driving force in this. Mike, I guess, a little bit jealous of how easy it is for Sully to just be an awesome scarer and how hard he has to work for it. And like, I've worked with kids for a while in my life, and I know that some people just have it easier and some have to have that drive, like I was saying before. And that does create some animosity. And I liked knowing that they were going to end up okay, because I've seen the original.
Sequel curse.
Yes, but I liked that because you can see how basically how I take it is like nothing's impossible. So maybe he's not an awesome scarer and he doesn't get his dream of that. But he's awesome at other things and he finds that. And it's not impossible to find ways to get along with somebody, that you can create a positive relationship, even if a lot of elements are against you, or even if you're angry in the beginning. Like, it doesn't always have to be bad. So that was one thing about the story, at least the theme of the story, that I really liked.
That part almost makes Monsters, Inc. feel better because you know of everything that Mike went through. And then at the end, he gets to be the star, you know, that he always wanted to be, just in a way he never thought he was going to.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that. I feel like maybe I need to go watch Monsters, Inc. again and watch them in that order, the chronological order, so that you can appreciate both a little bit more.
Yeah, it's I think you hit the theme on the head though, right? It's really, you've got other movies from Pixar, even like Ratatouille, where you've got this mouse that's trying everything that he can do to be this great chef. Rat. But there's never any doubt that he's a good chef.
Right.
He is, but it's about that journey. But with Mike, the whole movie, you're guessing, is he scary? Is he not scary? Is he going to pull this off? Right. And so I talked a little about that prequel curse. The thing they do to counteract that, and big spoiler here, in this Pixar movie, they lose. The main characters lose at the end. They don't win. They get kicked out of school. They don't graduate. They don't have a Monsters University degree and go off to the Scare Factory. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
What the lesson at the end is, oh, you know what? Not everybody can do everything. And like Sully says, Mike, you're not scary, but you are fearless. And that's the lesson, right? That, hey, you can't do anything that you put your mind to.
Yeah.
But maybe you can do something kind of unique. That's the real world.
And they still have an awesome life.
Yep.
You don't have to like stop life because you had a roadblock.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So it's that heavy hitting, cheat moment there at the end where you find out this is all going to go downhill, because remember, Pixar runs on tears. So you knew they were going to stick that in there. But that's what saves them from the prequel curse. They do something a little bit different, and it doesn't end exactly how you think it will, but still kind of does. The journey doesn't end, but the end is still there.
So I have a question for you guys. I don't know if this was like, I kind of feel like it was implied, but then I'm not sure. Do you think that the monsters had like the sidekick to kind of like guide them through the actual working monsters in the factory? Or did like Sully and Mike invent that and bring it to Monsters, Inc.?
That's a good question. Did they have them when they were there?
Yeah, I don't think you see a lot of that. You obviously see monsters working at the factory in various capacities, right. But
I don't really remember seeing
it. Monsters University really feels like they put 100% emphasis on, are you scary? Right.
Yeah.
And when Mike eventually brings in this, hey, I've got the brains, if you've got the roar mentality,
right.
It feels very new. It feels fresh. I'm not sure, if they invented that, if they were the first, but.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because I feel like the professor said something to that effect, like something that you did here was, new and different, and spoilers. Yeah.
I mean, he threw away the whole movie, so you say whatever you want.
I gave a warning. It's okay.
It's like 8 years old. So.
Too funny. The one thing that I thought about the story, I wish that they had explored more. Like, I love the buildup with Mike being super smart, being super on top of it, and Sully really struggling. And then I feel like they just had like a cheap plot twist or something with the can exploding and her getting mad and vindictive and like kicking them out of the scare program. I wish we could have seen more of like their actual, education struggle and like how they might have overcome it that way, because I don't know. I feel like Mike might have actually done really well in the final exam thing because he was so prepared for it. I don't know. I would have liked to see something like that instead of just skipping to, well, I'm going to get back in if I win this thing kind of thing.
Animal House.
Yeah.
Flips the Animal House.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I liked where it was going, and then it just did like a 180, and I was like, I would have liked to see that story continue. But
yeah, I do wonder what would have happened. But Mike wasn't scary.
yeah, I know. I feel like they probably needed the can exploding to I don't know.
Yeah,
it's interesting. So you bring that up, though. It's interesting, the can exploding, right? So that's kind of, I guess, the primary villain of the movie is Dean Hardscrabble.
well, she's the villain. Yeah,
that's what sets her off, right? But she's grumpy, she's irritable. She clearly has it out for certain characters, but has no backstory, right? So when you look back at Monsters, Inc., the primary villain there, without giving too much away, I don't need to spoil 2 movies tonight, has motivation behind some of the questionable choices that he makes. Right. Whereas in this movie, you just have a character that's just, actually have a couple characters that are just jerks for no reason. Yeah. And that doesn't make for a very interesting character. So again, you can have fun with it, but without the motivation, it just doesn't feel all that genuine.
I agree. Yeah, she's angry for no reason. Like, she swoops in and she's like angry, like inspiration or whatever. He's like, give them some inspiration, and she's like immediately just grumpy and mean. You're gonna fail if you fail this test.
I don't know. I feel like it was implied that she hit her peak and now she has no meaningful life. That's what I got.
And she's very proud. Like, she's holding on to these prizes.
That's just not interesting.
Well, I'm just saying, you're saying you don't get motivation. Like, this is it.
And Monsters, Inc., this guy is literally trying to save his entire legacy and company because everything's about to be turned on its head, right? Okay. I mean, you see why he is being a jerk. Why is she being a jerk? Just because she's a jerk? Well, life didn't turn out the way she wanted? That's boring.
She's just that hard-nosed educator who expects a lot and thinks that it's her way is the only right way.
I guess. It's just not interesting.
I'm with you, Andrew. 100%. Let's see. Change the characteristics or image for scares. Trying to get some comments in here. Jock versus nerd. Yeah, you're right about that too. Too funny. I don't really remember Mike being the brains and Sully being the brawn in Monsters, Inc., but I mean, it works in this movie.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they're reversed almost.
Right.
Their personalities. But.
Like you said. I guess we kind of already talked a little about stars too, but let's move on to stars.
Well, we did miss a lot of stars, right? We missed all of OK.
Yeah, there are so many characters in this movie. I can't keep all the names straight, so just,
That's because the characters aren't that interesting, so you don't remember their names.
I think they're adorable. I didn't remember them until we rewatched it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
That's because they're fun but not memorable.
Oh, I don't know. Squishy is memorable now.
I mean, Squishy's pretty good. Squishy's mom, though.
Squishy's mom. Karen, Squishy's mom.
Yep.
That is the sequel we need. Their life after.
A spinoff of Squishy's mom and Dawn.
Then Dawn, yeah.
I would watch that.
So awkward.
Coming to Disney Plus next year.
That'll be our couple's costume.
I like that. That's a great idea.
I don't think I've ever seen that one in the parks.
I don't think so either.
That needs to happen.
Squishy's mom too. It's just jokes, right? She is just there and bringing the jokes, and they're jokes we've seen a million times, but it doesn't matter.
I know.
Seeing her come down, dancing, turning on the dryer, or listening to the heavy metal music, it's hilarious.
She's the best.
I like when she has her
I don't know
camera too.
What was Squishy's mom's name?
What is her name? Helen?
I didn't write it down. Is it Helen?
I don't remember.
Oh. You probably made that up, but it sounds right.
Teacup for One said the slug monster is so memorable. I'm going to be late. That was great.
That poor guy. My
Okay,
heart went out to him.
how did he get into college?
Maybe he had a cart or
He's
something.
an adult learner.
Literally, he missed an entire year of school. Was he homeschooled and mom just wrote it in? What happened there?
We'll
That
go
is
with that.
pretty funny.
It's a good theory. It's just a theory, a film theory. I like it.
Oh, good one. All right. Do we have anything else for stars, or should we move to the
I do just
score?
want to mention, I love the scare game hosts.
Oh, yeah, they were
I
good.
don't know why. I just thought they were great.
Yeah.
The
What's her
hosts,
name?
Aubrey
Yeah.
Plaza was one
There
of
we
them.
go, Plaza.
And I don't remember who the other guy was.
Yeah, they were
Didn't
good.
know that.
I remember looking it up.
Mhm. Yeah, actually, a lot of the voice actors in this movie are not like the. I mean, Helen Mirren is, but not the biggest names. You got Mike Sully, Helen Mirren's character.
The guy who
Randy.
plays Johnny, what's his real name? He was in the Castle.
Oh, Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, but that's about it. The
Yeah.
others, Dave Foley's in there. He played Flick in A Bug's Life. He is
Oh.
one of the Terrys.
Isn't he in every Pixar movie?
I don't know about that. Maybe little side characters or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you get a lot of in this one is side characters and folks that have been in a lot of TV shows and things like that. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard John Krasinski's voice too at the beginning.
I think
You're
so.
right.
I don't remember where.
I think he was the guy with the hat who gave it to Mike. He had like a 2-minute
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool part though.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Created the hat.
Yeah, he has a great voice for that.
Except us.
What's amazing though is like they sell that hat in the parks and such, right? But like,
Oh yeah.
who wants that hat, right? Mike and Sully didn't graduate from Monsters University. Like, I want a hat for Scare Tech or whatever it was.
No. You want that hat because of young Mike.
Yeah.
I guess.
Just
I'm
looking up
I'm
his
anti Monsters University now.
Yeah. Me too.
Like, I don't want to go there. I'm rooting for what was it, Scare Tech? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Too funny. Yeah, young Mike is like the saving grace of this movie.
I'm telling you. If it would have been more young Mike and then like this much Monsters U, I think you would have been sold.
How
Yeah, I
much
think so,
would you have lost it though for young Sully? Oh,
Oh,
I don't know. That would have been cute.
With a little hair flick up.
oh, that would be so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just prequel to the prequel. Like baby Sully.
they better make it soon because John Goodman's getting pretty old.
Oh no.
That's one old sounding baby. He's
Oh,
got to be in his 70s, right?
I don't know.
That's funny. Oh yeah, okay. That's funny. All right. Shall we move on to the score?
The score.
I'm pretty sure Randy Newman did this one too, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay. Pauline, any thoughts?
Yeah. What do you think, Pauline?
It sounds like the iconic score from Monsters Inc. with college marching band. It's fun,
Mhm.
but I mean, Pixar is never known for their score. I feel like
What?
Not true.
Disagree.
They
Oh,
are
holy
garbage,
cow.
let's be honest.
Married Life and Up is like
That's right.
the top. They
That's
play it on Main Street. It's amazing. And all the songs in Ratatouille are fantastic. But I'm pretty sure those are all Michael Giacchino, right?
Yep.
He's
So,
the real winner.
so that was actually what I wrote down. I was like, this is no Michael Giacchino score.
I agree.
This
I
is
agree completely.
not even Randy Newman's best. Because we
Mm-mm.
had Toy Story, right?
Yeah.
You can listen to the Toy Story score and soundtrack.
Right.
Totally.
Who's going to put on the Monsters University one? I think it's good. I think it's fun for the movie, but like,
Mhm.
I'm not going to put that on. It's very collegey. I agree with Pauline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect for the movie, but it doesn't really stand on its own.
No, honestly, I didn't even pay any attention to the score the entire time we were watching.
But
I
Mary,
have
got it
a
right.
lot of hate right now, and I did forget about Coco.
Oh, Coco is fantastic. I think that's Michael Giacchino as well.
That's probably one of my favorite scores of all Disney movies.
Yep.
Oh, very important question right here. I see pop up. Who's your favorite between Squishy and Art? Squishy.
Yeah, Art's the purple guy, right?
Yeah, with his legs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say Squishy too.
Yeah,
Mm.
same.
He's just so squishy.
I'm not a big fan of either of them.
That's okay.
I do like the Art moment when is it the first? Yeah, I think it's their first task or whatever, and they have to go through and avoid all of those mines, basically. And he just wants to like go through all of them and then instantly regrets.
It's like, I want to touch it.
That's like me in a store with plush things. Like, oh,
Yeah. If there's a button, Jessica's gonna press it.
it's true. I have to know what sound it makes. Like,
I saw somebody called out the Incredibles score too, which is another Michael Giacchino.
Mm.
That is an amazing score.
Yeah.
Love that.
It is so good.
I'm going to be regretting that statement forever now. I feel like.
It is written on the internet. You can never go back.
That's right. That's right.
I did like the first song in Monsters, Inc., which is also Randy Newman. It's like super jazzy, and it went really well with the doors, like moving around and stuff. I really liked that song.
Yeah,
But other than that,
I know.
Michael Giacchino.
Yeah.
So Mary, you like Monsters Inc. then?
I do like Monsters, Inc. Yeah. I thought the story was really good in that one. I liked it a lot.
Okay, but if you weren't comparing the two, would you like this as a standalone? Would it be a cute movie?
I mean, it's a cute movie. I don't think I'd necessarily need to I'm not going to be like, gosh, you know what? I need to watch Monsters University again. I just don't feel like there's a whole lot of character arcs. Like, it seems like the storyline or the moral of the story or whatever is like, you can work really hard, but you might still suck at it. So find somebody else who can like carry you along and
That's pretty much
make it work somehow. And it's like,
I feel like if you watch the two together, the message is stronger.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of rewatchability because of all the different characters.
I just don't care for them that much. Like, none of them were like grabbing me like, I need to buy all of the stuff that has squishy on it or something. Like, they're all just kind of like forgettable, like you said, Andrew. Like, they're there for whatever reason to kind of move the story along, but not really, because it's mostly just Mike and Sully fighting and then figuring things out. And it's like, I don't know.
lots of fun, but not that memorable. Even the ancillary characters, right? So some of the other like fraternities and sororities have these great ideas. The sorority with like the hissing.
Yeah, hiss.
I mean, that's awesome, right?
Oh,
Who remembers any of them or their
Okay.
names, you know?
Yeah.
Nope.
What's the sorority? I thought I wrote it down. Where they all look the same. What
Yeah.
is that?
Oh, that's hilarious.
PNK, right? But I don't know what they're called.
I don't remember the name.
The
That
pink one?
bothered me. And then where does that huge dinosaur who is like dinosaur?
At the beginning,
Yeah. Playing frisbee?
What
I
that
thought
huge
so
monster
too.
at the beginning who's playing
Oh yeah, the frisbee.
Where do
Yeah.
you what do you do?
I don't know. It's like the giant bird character at the beginning of
Yeah,
Monsters Inc., where he just walks through and they're like, hi, whatever your name is. Just to like,
Getting into the continuity errors now.
I'm sorry.
It's like so in Monsters Inc. they talk about meeting each other when they were 4.
Oh. I forgot about
So-
that. See, because I haven't rewatched it.
Yeah.
yeah, I do need to rewatch that.
Yeah, it's a joke, right? But they reference knowing each other, not meeting, but knowing each other when they were 4, or maybe it was the 4th grade. Actually, it might have been the 4th grade.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, kind of funny. I think they actually took some time to explain that in the script for Monsters University.
Did they?
But it was hokey and it hurt the story, so they ended up cutting it.
Oh, I was supposed to say I don't remember that.
Yeah, now they just say, that's just a saying monsters say.
Oh.
That's how they explain it away. Another thing that was cut kind of interesting was Mike's parents were in the original script for the movie.
Oh,
Yeah, and so they ended up actually removing his parents to make him seem more vulnerable.
Oh.
Disney. Pixar runs on tears. That's right.
it's true. Yeah, that was one thing that annoyed me too about Baby Mike is like, He's just like a cliche, basically. Like the little guy gets pushed around and stuff. Just, I don't know.
But he's
I
so
don't know.
cute.
He is so cute, but
And it's that attitude, though. He doesn't
Yeah.
look like some down on his luck kind of guy. He's just like, all right, let's go. Like,
yeah.
And I think you said in your Great Mouse Detective video, there always needs to be a cute character.
That's right.
there does.
Yep.
That's true. That is true. All right. Should we move on to scenery?
Yes.
Okay.
That was beautiful. Everything should look like that.
I agree. I forgot that it was like a folly thing at the beginning. Like they have the beautiful trees and stuff. I loved it.
Oh, it's
And
like
I
the
wanted
thing
to-
right now. Like, this is my aesthetic. That is my aesthetic. It's blue everything, and then it's got the fall leaves, and it's like the trees coming. Oh, ugh, it was beautiful.
I
There's-
agree.
There's a lot that Pixar can do with Monsters Inc. because it's entirely make believe, right? So they can make any character, any color, and so that does them a lot of favors, I think. This movie looks, just from a scenery perspective, amazing for 2013.
Mhm.
Um,
So true.
it just does. There's a couple scenes where Jess was like, "Wow, that looks real." They've superimposed monsters onto that.
Yeah, it looked like an actual setting with just colored monsters on it. It was stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly agrees.
I just want to bounce back. Mary mentioned this about Monsters Inc., but I thought the intro of Monsters University was really cool too, in terms of the design. I just feel like that they're done with the movie and they're kind of like, animators, go at it and just make some fun stuff, and then it turns out so cool.
Yeah, they do have fun intros.
Yeah.
It's kind of old school too, which I like.
Brandon?
With the credits at the beginning kind of thing. I like that.
I also chuckled a little at the campus buildings because they had dentilation, so made me laugh.
I need to pay more attention to the details like that.
See, now you have to watch it again.
Oh boy.
I did actually watch part of it this morning. Like as I was working, I was like, I just need it to be super fresh in my brain. But that's probably the end of me watching that.
Enough.
I really hope we pick a good movie for you both next week.
I like discussing ones that I don't really like that much too, because I can just be ornery.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
My little Mike did have some great lines in there. We carpool together. We're cousins. I like it. All right, are we good on scenery? Should we move?
Oh, I've got more.
Oh, okay.
I've got more. Some good ones, in fact. So there's a couple things that Pixar likes to do in their movies, right? They like to stick in a Pizza Planet truck. You guys
Oh,
find Pizza Planet in the scenery?
No, where was it?
Pizza had been delivering some pizza to the fraternity party. So look next to the frat house. You'll see the kind of monstersified Pizza Planet truck.
okay.
The other thing is what is it, like the Pixar studio number that they stick into every movie, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No,
House number?
Not the house number.
his room
At first,
number.
I thought it was maybe the room number, but it's not.
Right.
It's Professor Knight, I think is his name. It's his lecture hall.
Okay.
A113.
Okay.
Always fun.
Clever.
Which the number is the lecture hall, like that's what it is, right? Is it a hall, lecture hall in real life?
It is a classroom. I don't know if it's a lecture hall or like a lab.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I haven't been.
I'd have to look it up. Maybe somebody in the chat can look it up for us. A113, what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that? I think you're right. It's like a lecture hall of some kind. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
But that's probably the first time they were able to make it like a classroom, if you will.
Right? They're so fun. All right, what else you got, Andrew?
That's it for scenery. I just thought those two things were kind of fun. I didn't want to pass them up.
No, those are super fun. I always forget to look for the Easter eggs and things in Pixar movies, but it's half the fun. really.
You could watch it again.
That's right. There's a Pixar ball.
Was there?
There's a Pixar ball. Yep. I guess there's
Really?
that too. Yeah.
Where was that?
That I'm not going to tell you. You have to watch it again.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
I bet you could look up a still. I don't know. I like the Easter eggs when I know what I'm looking for. It's kind of like those highlights for kids. And when you know what to look for, it's fun to search. But I don't know. It's hard to pick out all that stuff when you're just enjoying a movie and watching characters develop. You don't notice the thing in the background all the time.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of it's subtle too, right? So obviously you see the Pixar ball, you know what it is. A113, there you go, Classroom at Cal Arts.
There you go.
You know what that is. You know what you're looking for. Other stuff is more subtle, like the scare hall
Yeah.
is loosely based on a couple of buildings. I had to look this up. I didn't just know it, but loosely based on some buildings from CMU, as well as H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu, like horror monster. And it's really interesting when you actually see it. Oh yeah, the building kind of does look like, the tentacles and the teeth, and it's pretty creepy.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the statue that they all rub when they're walking into the first class, right?
Yeah.
I guess they do that at Harvard.
Huh.
Statue of Harvard, and they all have shined down his foot at this point from everybody touching them. So that's a thing, right? And who knows? I wouldn't have known that without looking it up.
Right.
Little tiny things in the scenery like that maybe some people pick up, and they're just little nods. It's cool.
That's super fun.
And it's amazing that you get that much treatment in a sequel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. They put a lot of effort into all of their movies. Pauline, did you have anything else to say, or should we move on?
We can move on.
Okay. Next up is ratings. So let me show you what our score is, our score guide.
Okay.
So the first one, Walt-tastic, films Walt would be proud of. The second is Golden Mickey, tried and true Disney classic. Background Magic, perfect film for a rainy day, a one-hit wonder worth the one-time watch, or keep it in the vault, could have lived without seeing it.
I want to see in the comments what everyone thinks in the comments this is.
Yeah.
Sway me, people.
I don't think my rating is going to be a surprise to anyone, but
Yours is going to be Walt-tastic, I'm sure.
yes.
No, I did not see the alligator.
I don't know
Is
who
that
this
real or fake?
guy is, but I'm not sure I believe him.
I don't either.
Can we block this guy?
Oh, God.
We got trolls on the stream again.
Golden Mickey or Background Magic? Wow, okay.
Golden Mickey's pretty strong.
This is pretty strong.
A couple of people said Golden Mickey.
Wow.
Well, it's hard because I don't know if I love it. I don't know necessarily. I would say it's a tried and true classic, but I do think Walt would be proud of it. So I know that's like the next tier, but I think he would. I think he would be excited for all of the animation and where they are. And I don't know, what I've read about Walt, I think he'd be very proud of this movie. Not just, yeah.
So
I
what's
think
your
he'd
rating?
probably be proud of a lot of things just because they're so like advanced now, and he was all about that.
Always looking for the next step and creating all sorts of newness, and I don't know.
So Matt from Teacup for One said there is a Princess and the Frog alligator in the library scene.
Okay.
Okay.
We need to go validate this.
Everybody go find Louis.
Right. That would be fun. I like him. All right. So what are our ratings? Jess, you want to go?
I'm going Walt-tastic. I don't think that's necessarily what I would have given it, but I think he would be proud. And if that's our categorization, that's what I'm saying. He would be proud.
Okay. Andrew?
I'm gonna say Background Magic, which
That's
I think
what I
is
would've said
I
otherwise.
think it's been a pretty popular choice in the chat here, but It's a good rainy day film. I would watch it again. I do enjoy it. That's where I'm going to put it.
Yeah.
That's fair. Pauline?
I also selected background magic. I think this would be good to like watch while you're like baking or like crafting. Yeah.
I'm going to go with One Hit Wonder. I'd much rather watch Monsters, Inc. in the background. That's definitely a background magic-y kind of cooking, crafting movie for me. Sorry.
That is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have said background magic if it wasn't for films that Walt would be proud of. It's a good movie. It's not the best movie, but it was fun. It was a tried and true theme, and I think they did well with it.
Yeah. It was fun. It was good.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do the resorts. So where do you see it in the resorts? Do you think it needs to be integrated more? Where would you put it? All of that stuff, and go.
Okay. So I could see this definitely in one of the values, like art of animation. How would it not fit there? But I could also see it just based on that scene where you go into the university for the very first time. I could see that being some kind of theme in a moderate, just like with all the trees, with the water in the background and the ivy covered buildings. I think that would be a beautiful theme backdrop. And obviously you could incorporate more in there too. It doesn't have to just be a monsters resort, but I think there's plenty of ways that you could incorporate that movie and those characters.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Or, art of animation, and they could just take down one of the other characters and do a giant young Mike.
I want a picture in front of him.
Yes.
For sure.
Would he still be cute if he was giant?
Yes.
Okay. From my perspective, I guess, so for resorts, are we including parks? I don't know that I see it at a resort. If we're talking parks, I did think of a couple potential ideas, namely around the scare games. So they have a scene that comes to mind in particular where they're going through the maze and they have to target the kids, but not the teenagers. And I picture maybe something like that, similar to Buzz Lightyear kind of thing. Where you're shooting at targets or something.
That would
So I can see that. The other thing would be maybe something at Pixar Pier, which we've never been to. I think it might fit into a little university section. Or the one other one that I thought might be kind of interesting would be at Hollywood Studios. We used to like that little animator section that is no more. The little like teach you to draw and everything like that. They could do kind of a classroom style theme, maybe bring that back. It would be a lot of fun. So.
That would be.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Pauline?
I think it's kind of good the way it is. I'm good with the hat. Like, I think that's like the iconic takeaway that's present in the parks. I do think, so they kind of have monsters present at like a dance party in Tomorrowland. Maybe they could theme that a little more because it kind of ties into like the dance party at the, what was it, Roar?
Oh, yeah. Roar, Mega Roar.
Maybe something more collegiate looking. I don't know. I don't know if they want to support frat parties though at Disney World.
It could be questionable, but I mean, it would be super fun. I like it. I think it'd be fun if I'm going to include cruises, Disney cruises. And if they added like maybe another kid section or like teen section where kids could go and, I don't know, they could do it for little kids with maybe like dress up, furry costumes and have like roaring contests or something fun like that. Like, and then maybe have like, you said, Andrew, with like the animation kind of thing, make it more into like different Monsters University campus buildings or whatever, like around the parks and things to do that. I like that idea a lot too. Yeah,
I think kids would like that. Kids would probably like some sort of like digital design your own monster, like they have at Test Track, and then it's sent to the scare simulator where you see how scary your monster is. Or
right?
Oh yeah,
that
would be cool.
Yeah, that's a cute idea.
I
You can
think
do Monsters Inc. and make them funny too.
right.
Yeah.
I think we need to do this. What Mackenzie Taylor said, I don't like Buzz Lightyear Ranger Spin. So I think we need to replace it with that.
That is a really good idea. I love the shooting, making sure you shoot the right things. It'd be a way easier game in the first place, but it would still like make you think. You're not just like aimlessly shooting at things.
The same thing that they use in the Toy Story, because I don't know what I'm shooting at with the laser.
That's just something galactic heroes don't say.
The last time we were on it, I mean, it'd been a while since we had been on it. I didn't remember that you could just hold down the stupid buttons. So I'm just like a noob the whole time. Going like this. My score was horrible.
That's funny.
Got some good ideas here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a lot of those ideas.
Imagineers might be giving us a call.
I know, right? We might be famous soon. Oh yeah, DCP. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Get some
Oh,
MU
that is
theming.
cute.
That would be cute.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it really is.
I like that a lot, yeah.
Let's see.
Are the DCP places themed today?
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
Any
I don't know.
No.
I feel like I've seen some things about cast member living quarters, and it's pretty
They're
basic.
not.
Okay.
They're not. Yeah, they're basically just cheap apartments.
They're themed like the DCP program.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Cheap and plentiful.
They really should theme that. That would be way more fun. Like they have the Disney University or something. I can't even remember what it's called anymore, but yeah, none of their like even their packets and stuff aren't themed or anything like fun. They're just like there's Mickey and like a star and some stuff. At least that's how it was in 2004 when I was there. But yeah, that's a good idea. I really like that. Not themed, just apartments. Yes. All right. I think that about wraps up our discussion-y time.
I think so.
That was super fun.
It was fun. I love talking about movies.
I know, right? Holy cow. All right, so let's talk about what we have coming up. Pauline, what's going on with your channel?
So I have video I gotta put out. Actually, Walt Life Salt Life made this tag, and It's Always Sunny. I'm coming in at the last hour. It's a summer pin tag. So that's gonna go up. I like had a mishap with it, so I'm probably gonna put it up tomorrow. So that's what's new, and some weekly vlogs I'm catching up on.
Nice.
Amen to that. I think you have until the 22nd of September until it like officially switches. So you got time.
I've been in fall mode for like a month now, you know.
Amen. Me too. Andrew and Jess, what do you have going on?
I'll let you talk.
Oh, okay. Well, so I think it was mentioned at the beginning, we've been doing, we call it Movie Mondays. Got some encouragement from some friends of ours to maybe start doing this. So we've started where on Mondays, we're doing kind of a theme night. And it's a way for us to kind of stay active and do something fun with everything going on in the world. And it gives us an opportunity maybe to have some good food. So what we do is we select a movie and some sort of food or activity where we can have this mishmash of things.
There you go.
So last Monday we did The Wedding Singer, and we kind of had an 80s night and watched The Wedding Singer. And then
That
the
was fun.
second part of the video, we talk about the movie and break it down much like we've done tonight. So that's what we've been doing. We don't commit to every Monday, but we are trying to do this as a series. So
Right.
that's pretty much the highlight of what we have going on.
We
And then
do
continuing,
have a big reveal, but we're still trying to figure out how to film that one.
yeah, like a haul
Ooh.
reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got. So maybe we'll pair it with some other items that we have coming in. Those little things will trickle in from time to time, and
Yeah.
eventually we'll get back out and be able to do some Michigan activities. But right now it's just not in the cards. So
Yeah. Stay home or wear a mask. Public service announcement of the night. Very cool. Yeah, your movie Mondays are super fun. I need to go see the Great Mouse Detective one because I love that movie. Pauline, you need to go watch that movie.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm scared to watch things because I want to kind of experiencing
Oh,
for the first time for the show now.
for the show.
Mhm.
All right, well, don't go. watch.
Maybe we'll luck out and pick that one. Is that in your list?
I don't know if it is. I don't think so.
alright.
Eventually.
What does Pauline have coming up?
We started.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we haven't talked.
Oh yeah.
Mary.
Just the usual. I have what is it tomorrow? A Disney haul with a new Loungefly bag. Don't look up here because it's already on my shelf because it's been there for like a week and a half. But yeah, just I'm catching up on week vlogs too and pin mail and all that stuff. So I have lots of stuff filmed. I just need to edit it and stick it in the interwebs.
The editing will get you.
Part.
That'll get you.
I know.
That's the slog.
Week vlogs especially. But I
There's
love them.
talk of a Figment pin in the chat. Figment's not welcome here, just so everyone knows.
Ooh.
Wow. This is my channel and I say he is welcome.
Yeah, we're not into Figment.
I like him. The ride is super weird, but
I
he's like
think that was
happy
my
guy.
first comment on your channel was you had me at we don't like Figment.
Hey, I mean,
That's how we reel him in.
Wow, I didn't know Figment had so much hate.
It's not so much hate, it's just a lack of understanding of how that ride produced a character that is on every piece of Epcot
he
merchandise.
is the mascot for
How
sure.
did that happen?
That's an excellent question. I really don't know. But I like him. Like he's like baby Mike, just super optimistic about everything. So maybe not as cute though.
It's Mary's channel. I won't harp on it.
Good job, honey.
I used to really like him a lot, and now I just kind of like I don't care. I don't need to go ride the ride every time, but he used to have a special place in my heart.
Yeah. All I know is that he's not in your collectors this year, so
That's true. No, he's not.
he didn't make the cut,
Yep,
so he's not
got
that
cut.
cool.
That's true. He's pretty far down there in the rankings, but that's too funny. Oh, let's see. So let's show you guys who is going to be coming on our show next.
Okay.
Yay! I saw Matt in here earlier. I don't
did
know if he's in here still.
He's
We-
here. He loves
Well,
Figment.
I think so. I
fun.
think Matt's still here.
Nice. I'm catching up on his videos too. They're super fun and movie related also.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So we got Matt with Teacup for One, and then Cameron with Day Tripping Disney, and Mackenzie Taylor, who is in here as well.
Mhm.
We got lots of fun people coming up.
Yay.
Yay!
So if I'm not mistaken, we get to choose the movie for next week with Matt, right?
Yes.
Matt, what are you hoping for?
Pick a good one. Yeah. Let us know what you need.
I'm trying to like make out colors here.
Yeah, some of them you can
Matt
probably.
can talk about any movie though.
Nice.
Yes.
There's got to be a dud in here, though, right? Black Cauldron's in here or something nobody wants to watch.
Oh.
Magic.
Too extreme?
I don't know if there's a dud in here, in my opinion, but maybe to other people there is.
Okay.
All
I
right.
think they're all pretty fun.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Do you have a pick?
Yeah. I'm going.
Matt said not Finding Dory. I don't know if that's on here. I don't think it is.
Is Monsters University still in here? Can we pick that again so Mary has to watch it again?
No. No, thank goodness.
No, you would have taken it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt says yes to Black Cauldron. So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, we're going number 4.
All right.
Ooh boy.
Here it is. Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh. Yes.
Pick. What was the
Yeah.
other one? I can't make out. What is that one?
That's Zootopia. Nobody wants that.
Well, I was almost gonna say 16. So
Yeah, I'm
I
glad
saved
we
you
went with 4.
guys.
That's funny. Yay. Well, that's exciting.
Toy
Yeah, that's
Story.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I like it. Good choice.
Yeah.
A lot of good options on there, though.
Yep.
Pretty
We
good
look
odds on
forward
that
to
one.
it. Oh man,
I know.
rewatch some of these.
I know. I can't wait to watch these. Like the weeks need to go by faster. Oh, too
Brandon
funny.
says best movie on the board is number 16.
What is that one?
no.
Too
Yeah,
funny.
everyone, Toy Story was selected if they didn't hear.
Yes, Toy Story next week. So that'll be at 9 p.m. Walt Disney World time or Eastern. And place for next show is Pauline's channel. So we will be on Pauline's Mouse and Mermaid channel. So go follow her. Go follow our friends way down there, Andrew and Jess, at Magic in Michigan. They are super fun. Their movie videos are legit awesome. So go and check those out.
Thank you.
Do I feel like I'm on the Brady Bunch?
I know.
Hey, guys.
I love it. I guess I could take that thing down now, can't I? There we go. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Super fun.
Fun.
It was so fun. And I feel like if people want to see more awesome tidbits about movies, they need to go check out your Movie Mondays.
For sure.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch. They're fun.
They really are fun.
Especially. It's like one of my top 5 movies ever. If that's not a plug.
Yes,
I mean, you
love it.
Walt-tastic Monsters University. So your taste in movies.
I was going to say the third option. I don't even remember it now. But I think Walt would be proud.
Touche.
You're entitled to your opinion. Too funny. Okay. I guess that's it. So we wanted to do a fun little sign out this week. So I hope you have a practically perfect day.
Aw.
Peace,
Well-
love, and Kwaharini.
Bye.
Sorry, I put you on the spot. I don't think you guys have like a sign off.
We don't really have a sign off.
No.
Well, Kwaharini too.
Yeah. Get with the game. Just kidding. You guys are awesome. And your intro on the Movie Mondays is really good too, by the way. I meant to say that.
Thanks.
It's super fancy.
I was pretty proud of that.
It's so good. Legit.
The graphics people approve. So,
Oh.
yay.
All right.
All right, guys. I guess that is it. So
Thank you.
Have a good week, everyone.
thank you for
Bye,
coming.
everyone. Thank you.